Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What a beautiful day here in Dallas. And I'm going to spend a little time with you today and we're going to talk about something really cool. So, obviously, I'm super casual today because I'm not doing any work. In fact, the crews are out there working their butts off, but also have some really good news. Guess what? So, I got an offer on my moving company, Jumpin' Jack Movers, right? Uh, so I got an offer to sell my business. So I'm excited about that. I haven't made a decision on whether or not I'm going to do it, but I am super excited about it, and I am feeling positive about the direction I want to go in. Right. So that's why I teach you guys. I teach you guys how to start your business, how to build your business, how to grow your business, how to scale your business. Now, a lot of you've already started, so we'll go immediately into how to make more money, how to do it quickly, and how to scale your business so you're not a part of the business, so the business runs without you, right? So I'm able to get out here, spend time at this beach area in my neighborhood in Dallas, and I'm not making this up. There's a literal beach right behind me over my shoulder. You guys can see that. People are out in the water. Uh, there's a volleyball course. So this is a day in the neighborhood, and I'm just chilling in the pool area. And so there's a few people behind me that's swimming in pools, right? So if this is your first time on the channel, I am Sean John, the author of the book Ready, Set, Wealth. So if you want to learn about money away from your job, about your personal finances, how to get that stuff in order so you can use money instead of money using you, then make sure to get at me, get a copy of that book. Also, uh, I am the owner of jumpinjackmovers.com. So I do own that business. That is my company, formed years ago, and now possibly, well, there's at least one bird excited, right? So possibly, uh, I'm possibly going to be selling it within the next 6 months. I don't know. I haven't made a decision. I really enjoy what I do, but I like to travel and do a lot more. My hair is completely all over the place. I probably need to hire somebody to take care of it. But who cares, right? Let's go. It's about making money, right? And so one of the things, all right, so this is super common. By the way, for everybody that I'm coaching now, I'm going to start bringing these guys on and letting these guys share their coaching experience with yours truly, with you guys, right? So you can understand what type of value I'm giving these guys, how I'm working to change their lives, right? And so that's going to be huge. Also, my next company, movebooker.com. You guys thought I wasn't working on anything. I know. But Sean John, listen, Sean John is always working on something new, right? We got to get the money coming in because as I look across these streets, I see 1.5, $2.5 million homes that's on the beach, on the lakes, right? Guess what? I want to get one of those homes. I'm just telling you, right? So that's something I'll probably be working on in the future. That's something that's going to be like huge for me. So that's going to be a real big part of like what I'm trying to do, right? So that's what I'm trying to lay it out to you so you can have a better understanding. All right, so what's the goal? Like you, so what are we working on? What are y'all working towards? And that's going to be a huge part of it. So if you go into uh, if you go into your business, what's your end goal? Like, how do you get out of it? How do you want to do it? You can't do this forever. You got it. You understand it, but you do want to like build the business up, right? So that's gonna be a big part of it, and that's gonna be huge because that's gonna determine how you live. All right, so your lifestyle, a lot of that's gonna come out of that. So that's why that's important. So one of the big things, like, and I come across this a lot in coaching, like one of the huge things, probably a couple huge things, right? But just like covering these two, one of the biggest is this: it's the guys aren't making enough money, right? So you got to figure out how to make more money, how to have better scripts, how to close the deals without having to do what? Without having to deceive the customer, without having to talk about fees. If you've done coaching with me, you know we don't talk about fees, we don't talk about additional charges, we don't talk about hourly minimums, we don't talk about any of that because that stuff tastes bad in the customer mouth. We don't, there's a vocabulary that we use that a lot of you guys don't. That's why you need to get with me. I also have a course that's going to be dropping very soon. It's going to have all this content in it. So, but you got to understand that a lot of what you do in business, it's going to determine whether or not your business makes it or not. So, for instance, if your business makes 10,000 a month, all right, so you might want to push it to 50,000 a month, right? Or if your margins are small, you might want to find a way to get better margins. Or if your bottom line's not high enough, right? You're not making enough money and you're putting in all this work, then you're gonna have to figure out a way to make more money. And so that's what I try to do. I try to teach you how to implement that into your script so that the customer is willing to pay you. That's why I always talk about premium customers, right? Because if you're in a price war, you're going back and forth over $10, $20, $30, $50, $100, then somebody's always going to beat you because there's always a cheaper company that's willing to work for less, right? They don't have the expenses you have, they're illegal, and they're going to beat you. So what I don't even want you to focus on that, so you don't have to fight through that. So what I get you to focus on is finding premium customers. So if you find premium customers, then they become radical for you, right? So and so I try to teach you how to go from creating a customer base to creating a fan base, because what I like about fans is they are loyal, they tell other people about you, and they're willing to pay whatever you ask, right? So you get the calls from the customers, and they're like, all right, so what is the rate? And you might be like, all right, so it's 175 an hour, it's 200 an hour, right, for 3 guys. And these customers will be like, okay, right. So they'll book with you. They'll book with you easily, like without having to go back and forth, right? So they'll book with you kind of easily, and now you have the money, right? So that's what I try to share. Like, in anything that I'm discussing with you, I try to make that point that if your script is right, then you'll get the money. But if your script is wrong, then the customers won't feed into it. You can't lead the customers controlling it. Then eventually at some point they'll just hang up, call around, stuff like that, and you won't make the money. So that's a big issue, like with most of the guys that I coach. And again, I'm going to address that in the course. So the course is coming out. If you guys want to get that course, early access to that course, just drop a number 1 in the comment box. Also, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe. This is where you're going to get all the relevant information. Not irrelevant, you can find that on other channels. There's going to be all the relevant information about the moving business. And if you want to grow your business, how to make more money. Because at the end of the day, business is about one thing: profit, not revenue. Profit. You can have revenue and have no profit. Restaurants do it all the time. So we don't want you to be in that situation, because it's not the type of business where you need a lot of debt. Also, just a tip off the top of my head: never use debt to grow this business. No, this business doesn't require debt. You never use debt you never use debt for a startup. When the business demands that it grow, when the business is like a baby, it's ready to walk, it's ready to run, then you can start using debt, because you got the cash flow to prove it, that the business is ready to go. And then it's okay to bring in debt, because you have cash flow that can pay back the debt. That's really all you're looking for. But if you try to fund the business up front, like by not using by using debt, then you create another issue, because if anything happens to the business, or worse of all, if anything happens to you because you haven't created a business, because a business runs off systems and this business runs off you, then you created a job for yourself. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you understand where you are. And so the second thing that I probably hear a lot, and it's probably more than anything else other than the guys not making enough money and not understanding scripts and call flow and call control, is this: guys are having trouble finding the right workers, right? So the first thing I'm asking you when guys hit me up and they're like, hey, yo, how do I get the right people? How do I find the right people to work? Well, my first question is, what's your hiring process? And then it usually like goes blank, right? Because they don't have a hiring process. So what I do is I teach you how to put a hiring process, very, very simple. I don't do anything hard. How to put a very simple hiring process, and how to put it into your business structure, right? So what is your hiring process? What do you do first? What do you do second? What do you do third, right? How do you track these guys? How do you keep up with these guys and their progress? What are you doing for the first 30 days to make sure you got a guy that's not wasting your time, wasting your money, and not just looking for a quick payday and he's out or she's out? So I teach you how to like avoid wasting that time, avoid wasting that energy, and avoid wasting that money, because you don't have the right guys and you don't know how to hire the right guys. These guys are calling you, promising that they'll be at work tomorrow, right? And then what happens in the morning? They don't even answer the phone, and now you're stuck out, right? So you got to get on the truck. You don't want to be on the truck, again, because you don't have the right process, right? And so I'll teach you how to do the process. So if you're out there, you're having a problem making more money because your script's jacked up, reach out to me, okay? If you're out there and you're having problem with closing calls because the customer is assuming control of your call and you're not in control, that's fine. First thing you got to do is admit to it and just say, hey, look, I'm gonna need some help with that. Reach out to me. And the third thing is, if you're having trouble hiring the right crew, hiring the right guys, bringing the right team on, then definitely reach out to me, because these guys are the life of your business. The reason being is because if you put the wrong guys on a job and they draw a bad review, that might cost you 10 phone calls. Each job is probably worth $500-600. That's $6,000 you don't ever make. You don't ever get a call for, right? You never even get that call because you put the wrong guys on the job, right? And so I don't want you to put the wrong guys on the job. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I'm going to sit out here and chill. I got some meetings coming up next week. I can figure out what I'm going to do with the business. But I'm still going to be helping you guys, right? So reach out to me, hit subscribe, hit thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video.